I trust God in me. All of life is here for me. I take a leap of faith and see all I want comes easily. I trust God in me. All of life is here for me. I take a leap of faith and see all I want comes easily. I jump into my life, abandon fear and strife. Wake up my desire. Jump into the fire, flying higher. I trust God in me.
Our practitioner holding high watch from home this morning is Farrell Zeman. Throughout the service, he will be in prayer, knowing that the best and highest is unfolding for us as we share this sacred time together. Our platform practitioner this morning is Jim Ferris. Our center is a spiritual community that teaches a philosophy for daily living based on spiritual principles and practices that are universal among religions. We honor every pathway by which people seek to know and connect with the divine, and we work on our individual consciousness so that we can help make the world a better place. So right now, from wherever you are, I invite you to join me in saying with feeling our purpose statement. We are an open, welcoming community, celebrating our divinity, loving our humanity, and nurturing our journeys of spiritual discovery. And so we encourage you all to continue to embody that purpose statement out there in the world. And if you want to, shoot us an email at the office and let us know what you're doing to embody that while we're apart from each other right now. Maybe we'll even share some of those things because we have a wonderful way to do that. I want to encourage you this week to visit our website, which we say out loud every week here, www.spirituallyfree.org. And so for the third week in a row, Shemaine has been updating the website to make it even easier for you to stay connected with us while we are physically separated. I am in awe of how much information is there and how easy it is to find it. So thank you, Shemazing. One of the new things you'll find is the announcement section. We've got a slide up so you can look at that. You will see in that section notes from our leadership, resources from home office to keep you spiritually uplifted, as well as information from the Salt Lake County Mayor's Office about community resources related to COVID-19, including just out this week, where you can go to get tested, and they've relaxed the criteria for getting the test. So check that out on our website. So while we are staying socially distanced from each other and in each other's hearts, you can go to the website 24/7 for the latest news and lots of stuff to help you on your spiritual journey while we are apart from each other. So thanks again, Shemaine, for making that so awesome. You'll also find lots of spaces on the website where you can connect with us, whether you want to send us an email, a prayer request, ask for help if you need something from someone in the community, offer to help. Also, our connection for our live stream is there, as well as the link to our YouTube channel where you can watch years of our Sunday talks, along with, they're all introduced by the special music of that day, so check that out. Our theme for this month is Bright Beginnings, and our speaker today is Salina Baugh. Next week, we will welcome back as our speaker Sally Jo Taggart. As I hope you know, our 10 a.m. Sunday meditation has resumed via live stream. Starting this week, Salina is going to be offering a midweek meditation at 7 p.m. on Wednesdays via Zoom. You will need to register in order to join on that call, and the full information about that is on the website. She is also offering an opportunity to join electronically in a 5-week book study of the book The Trance of Scarcity by Victoria Castle. This is a very timely study with all that's going on in the world. This will start the week of April 27th. Please go online for more information and to register to be part of that book study. Home Office has been providing lots of online resources for us to enjoy during this time, and I want to encourage you to explore them. They're in that announcement section on the website. Today I want to focus on their post about how to honor Earth Day, which happens this Wednesday, April 22nd. It's the 50th anniversary of the first Earth Day, and we are seeing during this time where we're not spending so much time in our cars, we're seeing Mother Earth come back to life. So I'm going to read an excerpt from the communication Home Office sent out. The rest of it you can find on the website and on our friend's Facebook page. Ernest Holmes said, "For if the whole nation works together and prays together, a great moral and spiritual power, an actual soul force, will penetrate the whole world, helping to bring confidence and calm judgment and right action until the crisis shall have passed." Our world is going through an enormous disruption, and with it the opportunity to engage jointly in spiritual practices that, as our founder Ernest Holmes stated, produces a soul force to penetrate the whole world. Many of us are sheltered in place, and so we're inviting you to take on the practice of praying together for our planet. Let's each of us, in their own way, dedicate time and spiritual conviction to raising awareness of the earth as sacred, especially on this coming Earth Day. You'll find the rest of their post on the website, and we hope you'll take the time to join in prayer for Mother Earth and for our healing of this virus. Another thing you'll find on the website is the link to the great Cozy Couch concerts that Home Office has put together. Those happen every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night at 7 o'clock. Next Friday's concert will be with Oliver Miguel. Saturday, it's Michael and Carrie Fox. And tonight's concert is with Pierre Gantreau and Tanis Burnett. Here's a preview, a little audio clip that they created just for tonight.
Let us sing songs to ease your mind. Well, we're in this together as one. For an hour, let's have some fun. The Cozy Couch concert has begun. Yeah, the Cozy Couch concert has begun.
So that's 7 o'clock tonight on Facebook Live. You'll find the link, like everything else, on our amazing website. And right now, it is so important for us to remember that this is a ministry that was founded on and is grounded in prayer.
We're celebrating the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. For our reading today, I've adapted an article that honors our spiritual connection to the earth. The author is a grandmother, professional artist, and medicine woman. The name of it is Embrace Your Essence by Teresina Bacons. Creativity is the inward journey of the soul and the outward expression of the sacred. It allows us to merge our human and divine selves, adding our light and color to the universal dream. Weaving threads of beauty in the cosmic web of life. What I've come to understand is that we are all creating every single moment. A wise person creates with conscious intent. Aware of the power that resides within, a person creates not only personal dreams, but the universal dream that unfolds throughout the ages. This process adds life and beauty to the world and can be an inspiration for others to do the same. How do we do this? by tapping into the essence of the universal creative forces that exist all around and in us. We connect to Mother Earth. Nature is such an incredible healer and source of inspiration that we feel a part of her. We unite with the source energy of consciousness that infuses all creation with light and love. We co-create from the abundant and fruitful beauty of the celestial planet we call home. We recognize Earth is part of a galactic procession through the cosmos that pulses with the potential to create ever new stars and galaxies. We attune to the spiritual laws of the universe that create harmony in the music of the spheres. When you embrace and embody who you truly are, it is your true essence. It is a way of being, how we source ourselves, how we see ourselves, how we walk in the world. There is a deep inner knowing of the divine that cannot be explained, yet is felt in every fiber of our being. Let this be where you are grounded, in the sacred, in the great mystery, for that is who you are.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself.
Relaxing into this silence, I feel and sense the presence. And I acknowledge Mother, Father, Divine, that source of life that expresses everywhere and in everything. That one life that is so vast, so spacious, no name or word can contain it. This divine intelligence breathes and moves through me, just as it lives and breathes in every person and throughout all creation. This divine intelligence lives through me. It's so awesome to feel and experience, embody that oneness. I embrace that life as my life. In truth, I know this is who I am. Right now, each person viewing this service is uplifted by the light and love that fills our consciousness. I am so grateful for our wonderful musicians that join us in beautiful song that sings our healing love into this world. With joy and thanksgiving, together we declare in one voice, and so it is.
Bringing myself back to life. 1, 2, 3, 4. It comes in the dead of winter. The only colors are gray and white. Brittle, cold monotony. The relentless span of night. Pad myself in thicker clothes, fortify my resistance, safely in my comfort zone, but the doldrums claim persistence. My thoughts are stale, my feelings gray-blue, my bundled bones weighed down. I'm pressed below the frost line, deep in the dank, dark ground. Sleep frees me for a while from this idle, weary mind. In a dream, spirit lifts me, in the morning light I find. Listen to my heart. I'm bringing myself back to life. I'm making a brand new start. Contemplate the finger. I thought I was safe and sound, but life's compelled to make things new, to spread this good around. I will bend the bars that hold me in. I will rise up from this earth. I'll embrace the goodness in myself. I will welcome this new birth. And I'm bringing myself back to life. I will listen to my heart. I'm bringing myself back to life, and I'm making a brand new start. Call from deep within myself to live my greatest life. I see the possibilities and a glimpse of paradise. Living colors in full bloom, nature's beauty beams. The fire in my belly now is thawing these frozen dreams. And I'm bringing myself back to life. I will listen to my heart. I'm bringing myself back to life, and I'm making a brand new start. I'm bringing myself back to life. I will listen to my heart. I'm bringing myself back to life, and I'm making a brand new start.
Thanks to our wonderful team here at the center, I can still connect with all of you, although I must admit, speaking through this virtual reality is a little daunting since I can't see your little faces. I really miss your warm smiles, your hugs, and the loving energy that you so graciously share with us each week. Luckily, the rest of the Sunday service team is here, and although we are practicing our social distancing and keeping safe, it's good to be around other humans. As I enter my 6th week of working from home, I am becoming aware that if I don't start having more human connections soon, there's a real chance that I will become that crazy cat lady I've been afraid of. The overall theme for the month is New Beginnings, and if the Centers for Spiritual Living had chosen the monthly and weekly themes, knowing that what was in store not only for our state, country, and our world, but they could not have chosen any that would be more on point. Between the lack of human connection, trying to figure out how to get myself on track to productively work from home, and our world literally rocking and rolling here in Utah, I must admit, in the beginning, I was scrambling and feeling a strong resistance to social distancing. I have many friends who are introverts by nature, and they have taken to these times like ducks to water. Although I do enjoy a fair amount of alone time, I also really, really enjoy the company of others, especially friends and family. And of all the things I'm currently not doing, this is the one thing I miss the most. But I am getting ahead of myself. Let's look at how the theme for April has been unfolding here at our center and throughout our world. Cameron started us off week 1 by sharing with us the history and deeper meaning behind the Jewish Passover celebration, which celebrates their emancipation from Egypt and their strength of purpose as they moved into the new. From a new thought perspective, it also represents freedom from old patterns, beliefs, and ideas that have limited our experience and our expression. Michael Beckwith tells us that 100% of spiritual growth is letting go. Cameron's talk reminded me that although we are all being challenged by events that surround us right now, each of us are having a personal experience of those events based on our worldview and other circumstances in our lives generally, and now with the advent of the pandemic. There are people experiencing the effects of this virus themselves, and they are worried or feeling intense grief over losing those they love. There are people working around the clock, sometimes in unsafe conditions, to provide essential services to those in their communities and those fighting for their lives. There are people who have lost their jobs or are unable to work because of illness. There are also people who, for the first time, are unable to provide for their families. There are also people who are at risk of losing their businesses, homes, and retirement. There are people who are trying to homeschool. Some of those little parodies on Facebook are pretty funny. Their children and keep them safe, often while trying to work from home themselves, or they're trying to find safe childcare while they are providing essential service to all of us. Also, there are people who were already struggling with a multitude of issues before the pandemic, who are now being pushed beyond the brink. Although I think of myself as a loving and compassionate person, I can get really busy in my life, and I don't always give people the love and attention that I would love to do. I just get distracted by everything that's going on. And this has been my biggest wake-up call to date. When life slowed down and I really thought about this for the first time, I felt completely overwhelmed. Although I have not experienced all of these things, I have experienced great loss and fear. Remembering those feelings has strengthened my empathy for those that I meet. I find that my interactions and reactions to those I meet are being colored by that empathy. When I see someone doing or saying something I don't agree with or understand for that matter, I sometimes still jump to judgment. But I remind myself that I have no idea what challenges they have had or may be experiencing in this moment, and simply try to respond with love and compassion and let those judgments simply fall away. Last week, the theme for Easter was broken open. And Linda not only provided us with a new way of looking at the crucifixion and resurrection of the Christ, but also managed to make it relatable to our current circumstances. Linda explained that the message Jesus brought was not about dying for our sins, but that he was the tangible, physical, and living example of the truth. That the kingdom of heaven lives in each one of us, and that it calls each of us to a spiritual life of loving and serving others. Jesus never punished anyone. He challenged them to have insight and to experience healing, so an awareness of their divinity and right relationship with their Creator could be restored. This week, our talk title is Unwritten, and the theme, creativity, infinite possibility. We are the creators of our life. We die daily to our old ways and have a new day. The future is unwritten, and we are always at choice. In contemplating that we are creators of our life, I realized that two things Linda shared last week offered a great segue into this week's theme. The first is, in our crucifixion experiences, we are broken open, no longer able to live in our old comfort zones. We die to our old ways of being and believing so that we might be reborn into a higher understanding, a higher way of living in this world. And in the new thought, we learn that this cycle of death to the old and rebirth to the new is ongoing. It is a moment-by-moment experience. It is our highest nature to leave old ideas behind and to embrace new ideas as they emerge or are discovered. Slowing down has helped me discover a few. There is always some degree of discomfort in this process, some need to grieve what is being left behind, and there is some awkwardness in mastering the new. When we accept this as our nature and consciously choose to develop, we enter the challenges willingly, and our transformation becomes easier. I don't know how you see this, but for me, everything I have been seeing, hearing, and experiencing of late seems like a giant reboot. In my day job, I am blessed to work with a wonderful IT team. I don't know that they would always describe me in that way, but they are always willing to help. I, like many others I work with, have a tendency not to shut our computers down, ever. We get busy working on one thing or another and often leave things up on our screens ready and waiting for our return for weeks on end. I have, after some near disasters and some recovery efforts, learned to save often. But after a while, computers decide this isn't enough, and programs start doing weird things, or your whole computer just locks down, prompting me to call IT. Knowing who they are working with, their first question is always, "Did you reboot?" After many years of hearing this question, I usually have rebooted before the call, but sometimes, along with the reboot, there are other issues that need to be addressed, like updates I have ignored. Even though I know that this behavior will ultimately cost me time and cause me frustration and sometimes downright fear, I sometimes still take the gamble. I don't know about you, but I know I can be a very willful person. And that this is something that has both served me well and has been my downfall. This issue with my computer is only a small example. In other areas of my life, I have avoided change, sometimes for years, only to be taken to my knees before being willing to become only to be taken to my knees before becoming willing to step forward in a new way. There were signs all along the way that change was needed, but I chose to ignore them until there was no longer an option. The crazy thing is not sometimes, but every time I have let go and stepped into the newness, my life improved on every level. Over time, I began to listen to the whispers before they became that cosmic 2x4, hitting me upside my head, and there was a new ease to life. However, for some time now, I have once again been hearing the whisperings of change, and although I haven't been totally ignoring them, I have struggled to see the new path and have begun asking for clarity. I don't think I've been alone in hearing those urgings, and I know I'm not alone now in awakening. This does not mean that we are all being called to express in the same way, not by a long shot, but I believe each of us is being called to awaken to what is ours to do. To be clear, I do not view the pandemic being experienced across the globe or the earthquakes we are experiencing here as some kind of punishment or curse. These events have slowed our lives down and have shaken us figuratively and literally out of our comfort zones. I love this quote from Brené Brown. "We will not go back to normal. Normal never was. Our pre-corona existence was not normal other than we normalized greed, inequity, exhaustion, depletion, extraction, disconnection, confusion, rage, hoarding, hate, and lack. We should not long to return, my friends. We are being given the opportunity to stitch a new garment, one that fits all of humanity and nature." Love it. I feel that the world collectively is receiving a wake-up call via the cosmic 2x4. As is often the case, when we put off what we need to do, there is pain, not as a punishment, but as a direct result of our inability to hear or our unwillingness to change. Why do so many of us struggle with change? Something that is inherent in all of life. Here are a couple of quotes that pinpoint why I resist change and why I want to push through it. Change can be scary, but you know what's scarier? Allowing fear to stop you from growing, evolving, and progressing. And this is another stickler for me. You can learn new things at any time in your life if you're willing to be a beginner. Ugh. If you actually learn to like being a beginner, the whole world opens up to you. It's worth the price. There are varying degrees of discomfort in this process. Some are intensely grieving those they have lost, and some need to grieve what is being left behind. There will be some awkward times as we master the new. Hang in there. This new way of being is yet unwritten. We are at choice to make of it what we will. I'm going to say that again because I like it. This new way of being is yet unwritten. We are at choice to make of it what we will. Choose wisely and fill your life with what truly inspires you and does no harm. For myself, I have received some clarity about what is next for me, and I'm taking steps to explore new possibilities. I have taken steps where I can to help others who are struggling at this time, and I have found my own struggling lessening. I have really been present with and enjoyed the awakening of spring this year, something I haven't done for a few years, and have treasured our clear skies and clear streams. When this time of isolation is complete, be careful not to lose the gifts you have received, mixed in with those things you found difficult or even painful. If we find ourselves slipping back into the comfort of the old normal, my prayer for all of us is to find that it is no longer comfortable. When we understand and accept our true nature and consciously choose to develop, challenges and transformations will become easier. Before I pray, I'm going to have a drink of water first. It's very dry up here. Before we pray, I want to share these readings adapted from the Science of Mind. And as I read, I invite you to close your eyes and let these words resonate within you. Whoops. I have heard that great harmony and felt that great presence. I have stood naked and receptive to thy songs, and they have entered my soul. I am lost in the mighty depths of thy inner calm and peace. Everything comes from intelligence. There is nothing but unity. There is nothing but freedom. There is nothing but completeness. There is nothing but totality. Begin at the beginning and reason this out, time after time, until all doubt disappears. It is necessary that we each do this for ourselves. Such is the power of right thinking that it cancels and erases everything unlike itself. It answers every question, solves all problems, is the solution to every difficulty. It is like the sunlight of eternal truth, bursting through the clouds of obscurity and bathing all life in glory. It is the absolute with which we are dealing with, and nothing less. So let us pray. For resting in these truths, I know that there is only one power and one presence moving in and through all of creation. Always has, always will, without beginning and without end. Whole and complete, filled with love, joy, and moving with divine right action, today and always. And just as I know that truth of that one power, that one presence, I know that each of us are part and parcel of that one. Come into being to be expressions of that truth. That we carry within ourselves and every cell of our being the truth of wholeness, the truth of love, compassion, empathy, strength. And we move in divine right action as we recognize these truths about ourselves. As we let anything else that would tell us different simply fall away. Stepping into our wholeness this day and always. I invite you to join with me in knowing that even as we speak, our planet is righting itself, that all of us are moving into a place of wholeness and conscious movement upon our planet. That this pandemic, this circumstance that we are all facing, simply dissipates into the nothingness from whence it arose. It has served a purpose, and we receive the gifts of knowing that were provided. And we move forward into life, expressing as the divine beings we came here to be. I'm grateful for this time together. I'm grateful for all the music and everyone that is with us watching live this morning. And soon I'll be grateful for those hugs and smiles again. So I just release this word. It's spoken, therefore it's done. As together we say, and so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I give. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Now is our time of conscious giving, which in our center is a spiritual practice, something we do consciously for our spiritual health and well-being. In order to keep everyone safe and well, we are streaming our services online. And since our expenses continue to be the same as when we previously met in this building, we appreciate your continued financial support in these unprecedented times. You may continue to give via automatic withdrawal, text to give, or simply donate through our website. Now I invite you to bring your gift to your mind and heart, feeling the truth of your words. As we speak together our giving affirmation, divine love blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Filled with gratitude, I let this be, and so it is.
All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me.
So we've come to the close of our service. Again, I'm reminding you, stay tuned and watch for those outtakes from Shemaine in my video. Pretty funny. I wish you well, safe in your homes. I hope you get to enjoy the springtime. Take a walk, just keep your distance. Pay attention to the things on our website. It's a wonderful way to keep connected and informed. And Shemaine, again, she's done a beautiful job making it easy, and there's so much great news and pictures, and it's awesome. So I invite you to sing our closing song together. We can change the world.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe it's not too late. Together we can change the world. Lay the puzzle pieces out. Find out what it's all about. Together we can change the world. I could start this by myself, but I'm asking for your help. Together we can change the world. Sailing past where it's been charted. Roll your sleeves up, let's get started. Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world. With our hands and with our hearts, we can dare to make a start. Together we can change the world. What if we spoke with one voice, knowing that we have a choice? Together we can change the world. I could start this by myself, but I'm asking for your help. Together we can change the world. Sailing past where it's been charted. Roll your sleeves up, let's get started. Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world. Change your mind and change your life. Set aside the fear and strife. Together we can change the world. When we open up our eyes and we start to realize, together we can change the world. I could start this by myself, but I'm asking for your help. Together we can change the world. Sailing past where it's been charted. Roll your sleeves up, let's get started. Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world.